1776, Padre Francisco Garces left his home in northern Spain and traveled halfway around the globe to the New World to spread his Catholic faith. A few weeks before the signing of the Declaration of Independence, he camped nearby on a small hill in Bakersfield and wrote in his journal that it was a perfect site for a mission. 242 years later, Garces Memorial High School stands today as a testament to his faith and foresight. It all began in 1945 when the diocese bought 40 acres of land from the Kern County Land Company for $5. The goal was to build a Catholic high school for the entire local community. Garces opened 2 years later on September 10, 1947, with 3 buildings and 150 students, including a boys' junior high. The Dominican nuns taught and administered the girls' side of the campus, and the Christian Brothers did the same for the boys. Within 5 years, the school had grown to include 7 classroom wings, serving hundreds of students. The school's most iconic structures were also completed by then: the tower, the grotto, and Garces' statue. And the gymnasium and Tobias Field were also in use, thanks to the efforts of the Boosters Club. Our first teams were known as the Shamrocks, inherited from our predecessor, St. Francis High School, before we became the Rams in 1948. The 1950s have been called the golden era of Garces, as the staff and students were establishing many of the programs and traditions that are still alive at Garces today. The staff established rigorous academic expectations, rooted in their Catholic faith, and the students quickly became known for their successes both in and out of the classroom. Award-winning programs in music, drama, forensics, art, publications, and athletics began, along with our current religious traditions of prayers in the classroom, student body masses, and retreats. Those early students at the little school on the hill were excited to be a part of the growing Ram family tradition, and all were proud that Garces was already becoming known as the school of scholars and champions. By the 1960s, the enrollment had grown to nearly 400 students. Another classroom wing was added opposite the front of the gymnasium in 1967, and 2 old classroom wings at the center of the campus were removed in anticipation of a new science building. But then in 1970, the Christian Brothers decided abruptly to withdraw from Garces because of dwindling vocations, and the diocese was forced to announce the closure of the school. But that night, a group of Garces parents and supporters met in the all-purpose building and formed a local school board committed to staffing and funding the school. The boys' and girls' classes were combined for the first time. A lay staff was hired, and Sister Kay O'Brien became the principal. She served for 7 years before Dr. Richard Tucker became the school's first lay principal, serving for the next 10 years. Under his leadership, the first gala was created in 1980, and because of its initial success, the school was able to fund the construction of the Monsignor Leddy Hall in 1984 and the 60s Science Wing in 1986. Kavakovich Fieldhouse was also built at the time, and Garces was back on its feet again. The athletic facilities grew, and girls' sports were added in the 1970s. Since then, Garces has become one of the most successful high schools in the history of the Valley, with 121 CIF team championships and scores of individual titles. Cal High Sports picked Garces the State Medium School of the Year in 1988 and again in 2003. In 1991, Mr. Ed Hearn was appointed principal president, and under his leadership, nearly the entire campus was renovated. The oldest structure on campus, the administration building, was remodeled into a library, and the brothers' residence was converted into today's administration building. Additional projects included an art building in the old cafeteria, a snack bar, and landscaping at Sam Tobias Field, and fencing and sidewalks around the campus perimeter. Summer school and a development office were also instituted at the time. Garces continued its growth into the 21st century under the direction of President John Finucane, thanks to the continued generosity of the members of the Garces family. The Campbell Fieldhouse was completed in 2002, and in 2005, the crumbling old stadium was torn down and completely rebuilt under the direction of 1981 alumnus Pat McDermott. The Cerro Science Building was constructed in 2008. Then the all-purpose building was remodeled into St. Dominic Chapel in 2009, thanks to the support of the Salvucci and Icardo families. During 2011, the Salvucci Aquatic Center and 8 tennis courts were also completed. The Hail Mary Club was created in 2013, made up of alums and supporters dedicated to helping finance the ongoing needs of the school, both academic and athletic. Most recently, the Art of Music building opened in 2014, a joint effort of Garces, Our Lady of Perpetual Help, and the Birchtold family. Under Principal Micah Peck, the school is currently installing solar panels in the parking lot. And just last year, the library was remodeled into the Manga Sangara Family Learning Center, further advancing the school's commitment to its iPad-based curriculum. Appropriately, on this year's 70th anniversary, it is housed in the first building ever constructed on the campus in 1947. Over the decades since then, the school has continued to grow and thrive, thanks to the love and support of the entire Ram family, including all of you here this evening. Tonight we honor generations of the Garces family who have since been able to carry on the school's 70 years of tradition of excellence in Catholic education, and the good Padre whose vision back in 1776 allows us to carry on his mission of spreading his Catholic faith in the very place where we celebrate tonight.